watch her story, Escaping Hollywood Hell. Let's see.
If there's one perfect example of a child star suffering the wrath of Hollywood hell, it's the story of Lindsay Lohan. From abusive parents to mismanaging money, to being eviscerated by the press, to substance abuse, then her movies flopping while she experiences a very public downward spiral, she truly has experienced every element of the child star curse. Then again, her own inexcusable behaviors and reckless lifestyle have genuinely put her and others in danger. At some point, adults can't just blame their past for their current mistakes. When you learn—
Okay. I don't know why I'm fixated on this, okay, but she had freckles. She had like a lot of freckles. Here, hold on, wait, where's the picture? Shit. She's so cute with all the freckles on her face. But like, dude, did they go away? What's the next game challenge for you? Trying Clone Hero for 30 days. Should not age well. Poor Lindsay. Hollywood did not treat her well. Yeah, I've heard like a lot lately. A lot lately has come out about how Hollywood treated their stars and stuff. And I'm like, holy shit. I didn't. I had no idea. It's
this
horrifying.
lifestyle have genuinely put her and others in danger. At some point, adults can't just blame their past for their current mistakes.
I think she looks alright. I think she looks okay here. I mean, like, on a personal note, I know they get these, like, lip fillers, and I don't really like how they look. But I think she still looks great. I don't think she looks too bad. Why am I... Hello? Okay. I think she looks alright. Even the Kids Network studios weren't great. Yeah. Yeah. She has ginger hair, which is my fave. Ginger hair and green eyes. But she doesn't look too bad. Obviously, like, I know obviously there's like pictures that where she looks terrible, but you know. Yeah, she's had work done over on her face over the years. Yeah, like when I watched one of her recent movies that I seen her in, I don't remember which one it was, but I was like, "Whoa. She looks so different from the Lindsay Lohan that I remember."
When you learn Lindsay's story, you won't be sure to feel bad for her, hate her, or feel genuinely confused how her reality stretched so far from the redheaded 2000s pop culture queen. Lindsay's story begins just like most child stars. Everything is seemingly perfect to the public, but behind the scenes is an entirely different reality. Lohan grew up on Long Island, New York. At 3 years old, Lindsay's parents, Michael and Dina, thrusted their daughter into the spotlight and signed her to Ford Models, a prominent modeling agency based in Paris with several studios across the US. As a child model, Lindsay posed for brands like Calvin Klein Kids and Abercrombie. She also appeared in over 60 television commercials for brands like Pizza Hut and Wendy's.
Hold on. Am I freaking dumb here? A 3-year-old? What the heck? She did not, like, she doesn't look 3 in any of those pictures to me. Am I, do I not know what 3-year-olds look like? Frig my life. To me, in my brain, I'm like, can a 3-year-old even walk? Goes to show, how familiar with kids I am, I guess. I don't know. Freaking heck. Why this sounds like a true crime documentary. It probably almost might as well be. Child labor laws that apply to everything except what benefits those at the top. How sickening. Yeah, but not surprising. She's not 3 in the stuff they're showing. Okay. Good. Good.
as well as a Jell-O spot with Bill Cosby. Not even old enough to attend kindergarten, Lindsay balanced work with a normal childhood that was unfortunately consumed by conflict, as her parents' on and off again relationship presumably made life more difficult for their 4 children. In particular, her father Michael had frequent run-ins with the law and served jail time in a stock fraud case when Lindsay was 4 years old. Lindsay's mother Dina detailed numerous horrific incidents of physical abuse and domestic violence she endured at the hands of Michael, including being R-worded by her own husband. Her mother said, "Lindsay saw her dad abuse me. That's why she's so screwed up." Michael vehemently denied all accusations, but you'll notice her father's behavior gets her in trouble throughout her career. Despite the conflict that pursued at home, Lindsay excelled in the workplace. In 1998, Lohan competed against more than 1,500 young actresses to book a lead role in the remake of the 1961 romantic comedy film, The Parent Trap. The film follows
I loved this movie. And for the longest time, I didn't actually know that these were the same actress. And when I found out, boy, was my mind blown. Damn. Banned drag shows, but child beauty pageants where kids dress up in skimpy clothing is okay. Oh my god, I hate when I see that shit. Holy frig. What, like, oh, there was like a show or something. Or a movie? I don't know. Bill Crosby, he had his own disturbing controversies, and it led to anything that starred him being taken down. Oh, damn. I didn't know. I don't know any of this stuff. I need to learn. Actually, maybe you guys know, but I'm doing learning here. Holy shit. Toddlers and tiaras. I remember when I was a wee little 10-year-old, or even maybe younger than that. My mom didn't enter me into anything like this, but she would take me to like modeling and stuff. And I didn't really. I was like too shy to do it. Yeah, I was like really, really shy. Even though they were like, "Oh, but you're like the best for the role," and blah blah blah. And I was just too shy. I was like, "No, I can't do it. I can't do it." I remember one time my mom, I was like a huge Spice Girls fan. Me and my cousin, and they were holding like some kind of competition or something to win Spice Girl concert tickets. So, and you had to get up and on the stage and sing. So my cousin was like, "Come on, come on." And I was like dying on the inside because I did not want to do it. So we got up on the stage, and so I tried, but then I was like so embarrassed and shy that I just like pretty sure I ran off crying. And then my cousin just finished singing on her own. Ah. Can be cute, but the lengths parents and people take it are disgusting. Oh yeah. No, like this freaking Lindsay's mom just basically like just sold her child off. Like, "Here, take my child and put her in movies so we can make money." One TNT child was dressed up like the prostitute character from Pretty Woman. Damn. Damn.
identical twin sisters who are separated at birth due to their parents' divorce. Each parent takes one of the twins to raise without informing the other twin of their existence. Throughout the film, the twins accidentally meet for the first time at a summer camp in Maine. Initially unaware of their relationship, they quickly realize they are sisters and devise a plan to switch places with the aim of reuniting their parents. Because the film revolved around identical twins, each actress submitted audition tapes for both roles. I don't know if I was alone here, but when I saw this this movie as a kid, I genuinely thought these were two different people. Her feature film debut in The Parent Trap not only showcased her potential as a leading actress, but earned her critical acclaim. Lohan did not just do her part alongside legendary actors like Dennis Quaid and Natasha Richardson, she excelled and received praise from critics for her performance. Her debut was a resounding success, and the film earned over $92 million at the worldwide box office. She was Hollywood's next child superstar. The film earned Lohan a Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a Feature Film and a 3-film contract with Disney. The first film in her contract was another remake, more specifically a remake of the 1976 comedy film Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday centers around a mother and a daughter who magically swap bodies. Throughout the film, the pair are forced to live each other's lives. The mother has to navigate the complexities of high school. In contrast, the daughter must manage her mother's work responsibilities as a psychologist and prepare for her mother's upcoming wedding to her fiance. Freaky Friday wasn't just a cult classic.
I've never seen Life Size. I don't think I've ever seen that. Kinda wanna watch it now.
For 90s babies who grew up on Disney. It grossed over $160 million at the worldwide box office.
Shit.
It's also worth mentioning that Lindsay's aesthetic didn't match the typical bright-eyed, bushy-tailed Disney star. She had more of the alternative Avril Lavigne-esque look that made her seem more mature, which made it easier to eventually break out of the child star chains. Lohan also decided to embark on the cliché child star to pop star career path. Piggybacking off the movie, she released her first single, Ultimate. She was becoming a product of the Disney pop star factory, executing the same promotional strategy of releasing her second single, Drama Queen, after her 2004 Disney comedy, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. After these 3 films, she had already secured her legacy as a Disney icon and a beloved child star, but her next role as Katie Heron in Mean Girls stamped her place in cinema history, as this film is in contention for being one of the best high school movies of all time. Mean Girls follows Katie Heron.
This movie is still just so wildly popular. But I love it. I need to watch it again. I need to watch it again. I need to have a Mean Girls movie night. Just crack out the popcorn.
Teenage girl who moves to Illinois from Africa, where she has been homeschooled her entire life.
Why don't I know you? I'm new. I just moved here from Africa. What? So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
She starts attending.
Oh my god. Welcome in, Shadow. You don't get the movie? I don't know. I love it. I love it. You've never seen it, Sin. You need to watch it. Go watch it right now. Right now.
Attending North Shore High School and is overwhelmed by the social dynamics and cliques. Katie is befriended by 2 social outcasts who teach her how to adapt to the school's social structure. She is also noticed by the Plastics, led by Regina George, for her good looks. The Plastics invite Katie to join their group, and Katie is encouraged to accept the invitation as a way to spy on the Plastics, break down their popularity, and expose their evil intentions to the whole school. Upon release, Mean Girls received positive reviews from critics, and although it was over-exaggerated, it did provide a somewhat realistic lens into the cruel and unapologetically mean behaviors and attitudes of high schoolers. And
what were those scores? Those scores do not reflect like how much this movie is just everywhere and talked about everywhere.
Definitely created quotable scenes that have lasted 2 decades.
I can't go out. I'm sick. Boo, you whore.
The film was a massive commercial success, grossing over $130 million at the worldwide box office. Lohan won the award for Breakthrough Performance at the 2004 MTV Movie Awards, which she actually got to host.
I cannot believe I'm hosting the MTV Movie Awards. This is going to be so much fun. Oh yeah, these are my parents, Donald and Judy Lohan.
Wow. Welcome in, Slasher.
Always so nice to meet Lindsay's friends.
MTV said they had to be here with me, since I'm not 18 yet.
She's the youngest host they've ever had.
Lindsay Lohan was
Oh,
on
gosh.
top of the world. At age 17, she was already doing cover shoots with headlines that read, "Why is America falling in love with Lindsay Lohan?" She even got to host Saturday Night Live. Lindsay was in the prime of her career, and although we probably remember her as being extremely popular and relevant for many years, her dominance only lasted roughly from 2003 to 2006 as her commercial success and public perception would start to spiral out of control. Her troubled household in New York.
Yeah, like, I know I said in the beginning, like, I do, like, I loved Lindsay Lohan in all her movies and stuff, and I liked her. But then I just haven't seen her anywhere in a long time, until recently. Obviously, until recently, because I did watch a movie recently, I think, like, last year or something where she was in it, and I was surprised when I seen it, because I was like, whoa, Lindsay Lohan? I haven't seen her in a long time. Like, she kind of just disappeared. Guess I'm about to find out why. How you doing, Slasher? Hope you're having a good night. Hope you had a good day as well.
York seemed to reach a tipping point. Just before
Drugs.
hosting the MTV Awards, her
Probably.
father, Michael Lohan, age 42, was accused of striking his brother-in-law, Matt Sullivan, at a first communion party at the family's home in Merrick, New York. Her father was
Wow.
arraigned in First District Court in Hempstead on charges of second-degree assault and aggravated harassment. He maintains that Sullivan was drunk and responsible for the fight. A few days later, her father was due in a Manhattan courtroom to face similar charges in an unrelated case for allegedly beating up a city sanitation worker. That same month, Michael was
my
arrested
God.
and charged with theft of services after allegedly skipping out on a $3,800 bill at a hotel. These incidents further placed a spotlight on Lindsay, who was unfairly held accountable for her father's actions. But in July of 2004,
Wait, what? How the hell do you? I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm tired and I've thought it was Wednesday all day, even though it's Tuesday. Oh my god, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. But I'm glad you're doing well regardless. I am also doing well. I'm also sad that it's only Tuesday. But we got this. Tomorrow's hump day. We'll be halfway through the week. Welcome in, Fuzzy! Hello! Okay, so how the hell do you have this dude beating people up and then her freaking dad is just like beating the shit out of everyone, and then they look at Lindsay and say, "Oh, this is your fault." Yeah, that's your fault. That's totally your fault that your dad's doing that. What the hell? How? What did the tabloid say? Her family crisis. Dad's in and out of jail. Mom has a restraining order against him. How a teen star copes. Oh my god. Just slapping her life story, her friggin' all her trauma right on the front cover for everyone to see. Yep. People are strange. Oh yeah. Wow.
accountable
All right.
for her father's actions. But in July of 2004, Lindsay officially turned 18 and moved to Los Angeles by herself. Instead of buying a house, she used her multi-million-dollar movie earnings to live in hotels, spending 1 year at the Hollywood Roosevelt, followed by 2 years and 2 suites at the Chateau Marmont. And these rooms cost hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars per night. She was easily spending upwards of $1 million per year to live in hotels. Lindsay said, "I didn't want to be alone, so whatever I needed, I could just go downstairs and there were people there." She now recognizes the unhealthiness of that. A combination of being a misguided teenager with millions of dollars while struggling with the trauma of her parents was a recipe for disaster. The early 2000s was also notorious for sexualizing young female stars.
What in the world is this?
The magic isn't happening.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Bro, her eyes are up on her face. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Fuzzy, I'm doing good. I hope you are also doing good. 15 stream streak slasher, let's go. Holy weird Saturday Night Live. Oh, okay, I never watched Saturday Night Live, so yes, that's why I don't recognize this. Trauma sells shitty magazines. Yep. Yep. I mean, you know what? I mean, I'm even guilty. I'm guilty of it too. In the past, whenever I would pass like a magazine and I would see something like that, I would be like, "Oh, what?" And then I would open and go read it because, yeah, unfortunately, stuff like that, people are interested to hear drama. They want to know, well, what's the tea? What's the gossip? It was a different time back then. I've never seen this. Yeah, I've never seen this either. This is just weird.
1 month after
me.
her 18th birthday, she landed the cover of Rolling Stone with the headline, Hot, Ready, and Legal. After she turned 18, she immediately began doing scantily clad photo shoots and being praised for her good looks. This was definitely a strange dichotomy because during all of this, she was filming her next big Disney film, Herbie Fully Loaded. It's safe to assume that Disney wasn't happy with her new adult image because they stopped working with her after this film. It's crazy to think that in the beginning of 2004, she was Disney's teenage drama queen, and by the end of 2004, she was GQ's cover girl. She quickly developed a bad girl persona, but
oh my god. Oh my god. Why the second they turn 18, it's like, oh, they're 18, up, get clothes off. Clothes off immediately. Right now. Imagine how many archives or people would get caught in the crossfire if they decided to throw a lot of these problematic episodes of sitcoms and movies into one of those databases, taking CSAM or whatever. That's messed up. Yeah. Literally, they turn 18 and all of a sudden, oh, you're an adult now. Clothes off, sexy pose, let's go. You're ready. It's freaking disgusting. Oh my god. It's disgusting. It's an abusive industry. Can never be an actor either. I can never be an actor. Either you have to do scummy stuff to stay in Hollywood or speak out and get your career destroyed. Yeah, honestly, it seems to be that way for sure. I'm like, what if you're like, I mean, I guess maybe you would know before you take a role if there's going to be any part of that role that you wouldn't be okay with. Like, in particular, like, nude scenes. I wonder if you know about that beforehand. But on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if, they don't tell some actresses and then the actress takes the role and then halfway through, they're like, oh, by the way, you have to get naked for this next scene. Just so you know. Part of me, I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of just spring that on them sometimes. I would like to think though that you're aware of that before you take the role. Guess Canada is less strict and more laid back than the States. I don't know. I don't know. But I never used to watch a lot of like news related stuff or documentaries or anything like that. I've just recently been getting into it all. So yeah, it's been kind of mind-boggling finding out some stuff. God, there are so many creepy directors. Yeah. Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of just spring it. So for this next scene, you're gonna have to get naked. Sorry we didn't tell you that. And then you're just standing there like, oh, well, what if I don't want to? Like, what if I don't want to? Because wasn't that the case for the woman who played Daenerys? Pretty sure I heard that she didn't actually want to be undressed. Okay, let us continue.
But it didn't seem like she was trying to escape her child role. It kind of seemed like the tabloids just gave her the persona and she just kind of ran with it. Lindsay drove a $200,000 convertible Mercedes-Benz, had a rhinestone sidekick, always was stepping out with expensive bags, partied all night at the hottest clubs with Paris Hilton and her celebrity friends, had rendezvous with desirable older men in Hollywood like actor Wilmer Valderrama. Lindsay was everything adolescent girls growing up in the 2000s wanted to be. Just looking at her fashion sense alone feels like you've been thrust into a time capsule back into the early 2000s. And she did not give off the vibe that she was trying too hard. She just had it factor. To compound her success, she released another single, Rumors, which peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Bubbling Under Hot 100 chart and would go on to sell 500,000 copies. Her debut album Speak would go on to receive a platinum certification. She was also the most popular star at a time where paparazzi and tabloid culture was at an all-time high. They swarmed her like flies everywhere she went, shouting random questions at her, trying to get her to slip up, hoping to capture just one frame of her looking disheveled or messy to have a cover story. One time she even crashed her car trying to escape the paparazzi, only for them to spin the narrative on her and blame her for driving recklessly, when it was actually a member of the paparazzi who crashed into her car trying to get a picture of her. Her physical health was deteriorating due to her chaotic life. She said, "I had no time to go to the dentist, but something happened with my tooth. The dentist had to come see me. It was just so much all the time." Then in October of 2004, Lindsay was hospitalized for 5 days for heat exhaustion, with a representative later revealing she had a kidney infection due to her being dehydrated and overworked. However, Lindsay often arrived late and exhausted to set because she spent so much time partying. In 2006, while working on the romantic comedy film Just My Luck in New Orleans, Louisiana, the tabloids captured Lohan at numerous bars and nightclubs after long days of filming. The film crew saw her partying in the papers and were frustrated with her performance on set. "I've never seen anything like this. She's making our lives hell. It's just not professional," one film crew member remarked. While working on the film Georgia Rule, James G. Robinson, the chief of Morgan Creek Productions, wrote a letter to Lohan scolding her for her behavior. "You and your representatives have told us that your various late arrivals and absences from the set have been the result of illness. Today we were told it was heat exhaustion. We are well aware that your ongoing all-night heavy partying is the real reason for your so-called exhaustion." News of her lousy behavior spread across the industry as many deemed her irresponsible and unprofessional. She lost out on several movie roles, including A Woman of No Importance and The Edge of Love. Tired of her addiction impacting her career, Lindsay entered a drug rehab program for the first time in January of 2007. During her 30-day stay at the Wonderland Center in LA, Lohan continued working on the film I Know Who Killed Me. Unfortunately, things only got worse on May 26, 2007, when Lindsay lost control of her Mercedes-Benz and struck a curb in Beverly Hills, California. She was promptly arrested on a misdemeanor drunken driving charge. Immediately, Lohan checked into the Promises Treatment Center in Malibu for her second visit to rehab. After her 45-day rehab stay, Lohan was voluntarily fitted with an alcohol monitoring bracelet. Just 2 weeks after checking out of rehab, a woman called Santa Monica police alleging that Lohan was trying to run her down with a car. The police arrested Lindsay once again and charged her with drunken driving, cocaine possession, and driving with a
That does not even look like her. What? That does not even look like the same person. Holy crap.
suspended license. It's also important to remember that even when she was attending AA meetings and attempting to do the right thing, she was still being hounded by paparazzi. Just look at them waiting for her after she leaves an AA meeting.
Like, how are you supposed to make a recovery like that? Oh my god. Like, freaking, you're in this club or whatever to try and do your rehab, and then you freaking come out and all these people are just waiting there to take pictures of you and make you look horrible and spread all these yeah, paparazzis are the worst. Yes, I agree. Oh my god.
Meeting.
Oh my god, like, leave her alone.
Hey Lindsay, how was your meeting? Okay. You messed with Riley yet?
You don't care how her meeting went. Just leave her alone. Oh my god.
Let her go!
Exactly, thank you.
In August 2007, Lindsay entered rehab for the third time but opted to go somewhere isolated instead, checking into the Cirque Lodge Treatment Center in Sundance, Utah. While in rehab, she pled guilty to misdemeanor cocaine use and driving under the influence. Lohan was sentenced to serve 1 day in jail along with 10 days of community service and 3 years of probation. She also had to pay a fine and enter an alcohol education program. By October, her stint in rehab was over. Despite being sentenced to 1 day in jail, she spent a measly 84 minutes in a Los Angeles County jail due to what the sheriff described as jail overcrowding. As if her legal trouble and reputation weren't bad enough, all of her films after 2007
From rehab to arrest in 11. I can only imagine how bad her mental health must have been. Yeah, like, can you imagine you're trying to recover your mental health, which is causing you to do all the drugs and partying and drinking, only to have the paparazzi all surrounding you like that and the news media in your face and everything, which just further drives your mental health into the ground. So then you just keep drinking and doing drugs, and it's just a vicious cycle. Oh, it's just it's just a cycle.
either
Holy
bombed
crap.
commercially
Wow.
or received overwhelmingly negative reviews. Her career was almost at
Damn.
the point of no return, and she had to get clean. In 2008, she managed to stay out of trouble. Well, besides saying this about Barack Obama.
I knew you were a really big Obama supporter, so tell me what that night meant.
Oh my god.
It was really exciting. It was such a, I mean, it's an amazing feeling. It's our first, co-president.
Paparazzi and gossip sites knew she was a ticking time bomb, and they did whatever they could to be the first to report it.
Hello, gorgeous!
Oh my god. That's such a random question to ask about her opinion on the presidency and stuff. Like, when you don't really even have, like, you're an actress and it's not really like, I don't know. I seen someone say once, and they were like, well, I don't really like comment on my political stance because that's not really like what my platform is about, sort of thing. And I kind of like agreed with that when I seen it. So I guess that's where my mind went when they were asking Lindsay Lohan, oh, what do you think about Obama? And I'm like, what? Entertainment and politics never mix ever. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't need to ask her that question. It's so out of place. Just wildly out of place. I'm stretching. Thank you. This just shows how much when someone is down, Hollywood will just absolutely just stomp on them. Just stomp the absolute shit out of them to keep making money. It sickens me.
Lindsay, how you doing, gorgeous?
Oh my god.
Hold up till I tell you, okay? Hold up. You're gonna go up right there.
Lindsay, my battery pack is going out.
We're gonna move her up.
Okay, so go charge it.
You need to move.
They were so desperate for a story
Wow.
that sometimes the story was that she was being swarmed by paparazzi. Check out this video where they follow her to her girlfriend's house at 6 a.m. and record them having an argument inside of their house.
So you been party all night, Lindsay? You gonna stalk Samantha right now?
You're disgusting. Stop it. Mind your own business.
Wow.
Although it was her own behavior that was destroying her life, we can all agree that having invasive paparazzi waiting outside of your house and filming your private conversations would drive anyone crazy. They wanted to break her down for their own benefit, and that's exactly what would happen. In October of 2009, a Beverly Hills judge extended her probation because Lohan had not been attending her required alcohol counseling program. On May 20th of 2010, Lindsay, who had attended the Cannes Film Festival in France, missed a required court appearance claiming she had lost her passport. Although the judge issued an arrest warrant, it was withdrawn after Lohan's representative posted her $100,000 bail. The hearing was scheduled for July 6th, where a judge ordered Lindsay to serve 90 days in jail for missing alcohol counseling sessions in violation of her probation. Lohan also had to spend 90 days in a drug and alcohol rehab program after her jail term ended. The video of her receiving her sentence and breaking down went viral.
30 days in jail on the first DUI case consecutive, and 30 days in jail on the second DUI case consecutive. That's 90 days in jail. The court is also going to order Dr. Sharma appoint Dr. Sharma and Malinak.
Photos later surfaced of her in court with the words "you" painted on her fingernails. On July 20th, Lindsay began her sentencing at the Linwood Correctional Facility, but would be released after less than 2 weeks behind bars. Her mugshot became an iconic pop culture moment as she would become the original mugshot shawty. She began her court-ordered rehab only to be released after 23 days instead of the instructed 30. Less than a month later, Lindsay revealed to her supporters on Twitter that she failed a recent drug test but was working hard to overcome her drug addiction. Regrettably, I did in fact fail my most recent drug test, and if I am
What is sending her to jail going to do to help her with a drug addiction? Can someone please tell me? Does anyone have an answer to that question? Because in my opinion, it's going to do absolutely friggin' shit all. What is the point of sending someone who is addicted to drugs to jail? It is not going to do anything. You send them to rehab, which I know, yes, she hasn't been going, but because she's freaking with the paparazzi. Oh my god, this is making me so mad because holy shit. I cannot imagine the state of her mental health through all of this. The best thing for her at this point would just leave the actor scene, as at this point, she's a target for paparazzi to break her. Yeah, like, the thing is, though, you can't really just leave the actress scene. So what do you do? What do you do? She needed to, just go off the grid or something. Go off the grid. The war on drugs has been a waste. Feels like all this pointless crap in our governments is so the rich can launder their money through it. Everything is against her while she's trying to improve herself. Yeah, and that's exactly the problem. She's, desperately trying to... it sounded like she was trying to do what she needed to do, go to rehab and everything, but because the paparazzi and media and public they just won't leave her alone. So, how do you deal with all of that? Our drug rehab centers are like military prison. You must do tests and do foot drills too. Yeah, just sending them to jail is just pointless. It's so stupid. I feel like what she was going through is the equivalent of having, a cut on your finger. So then you put a Band-Aid on the cut and you're trying to let it heal, but then someone comes and rips off the Band-Aid and, recuts the finger. And then you're just in this endless loop of trying to let the cut heal, but then someone comes and rips it off and recuts it. So then eventually you're just like, well, screw this. I'm just gonna let it bleed. Because, you can only deal with it so damn much. Making them concentrate on tasks, make them deal with addiction. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you make them focus on other things. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's, definitely a lot more effective of a try than freaking just, oh, here's your jail cell, and we're not gonna help you through this addiction or anything, so then when you get out, you're just gonna go do it again, and then you'll just be back here, so, yeah.
Masked, I am prepared to appear before Judge Fox next week as a result. A probation report released later revealed that the drug test failure involved cocaine and amphetamines. Lohan returned to court on September 24th, where the judge ordered the preliminary revocation of her probation. Lindsay seemed defeated as deputies cuffed her hands behind her back and walked her out of the Beverly Hills courtroom. She'd be thrown in jail again, but was released that night after another judge overturned the decision and granted a $300,000 bail. Are you noticing a pattern here? Less than a month later, Lindsay reportedly visits the Comofi & Company jewelry store, where she walks out with a necklace valued at $2,500 around her neck before a store clerk calls the police to report it missing. Upon investigation, one of Lohan's associates hands the necklace to the police, resulting in Lindsay being charged with felony grand theft. On April 22nd, 2011, Lohan spent 5 hours in custody before posting a $75,000 bail after being sentenced to 120 days in jail for violating her drunken driving probation by being charged with theft. She's also ordered to perform 480 hours of community service. However, her theft charge is reduced to a misdemeanor. I know I sound like a broken record, and I could keep detailing her arrests because there are so many more, but most of them involve her violating her probation by failing drug tests or not showing up to court hearings, and then whenever she would eventually get to court, she would get sentenced and then somehow magically bail herself out, get out of doing jail time, or get out of doing community service somehow.
Holy
Rinse
crap.
and repeat that process multiple times per year. She lost her appeal to the public. She was only 26 years old, but looked like she had aged a decade. Lindsay claims that she kept gossip sites in business.
A little bit about me. I'm an actress, a singer, an entrepreneur, and I have single-handedly kept 90% of all gossip websites in business.
But really, it was the other way around. The only reason she maintained a presence in pop culture at this time was—
Hold on a second. What? Yeah. What? Even now, she's only 38. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. She, yeah. I can see now what Athen meant. Sort of like, she didn't age well. Like, she doesn't look bad. But she definitely looks older than her age. But, I mean, yeah, exactly, Slash. I was gonna say, that's unfortunately what drugs do to you. And friggin' look at all the shit she's been through. She looks older than my mom. Yeah, in this particular picture, yeah, she looks like a zombie. Oh, yeah, alcohol and stress. Yeah. Alcohol, stress, drugs made her age just skyrocket. Like, her look of age just skyrocket.
Was because her never-ending criminal history was easy news coverage, and her attempted return to the spotlight in 2012 just further cemented that her career in Hollywood was finished. Lohan hosted Saturday Night Live in March of 2012 for the second time in her career. Throughout the episode, she made several self-deprecating references to her personal troubles that makes people laugh, but it's not like her performance was screaming a comeback was about to happen. In 2012, Lindsay starred as Elizabeth Taylor in the biographical television film Liz and Dick. During production, paramedics paramedics were called to Lohan's hotel room, where they treated her for exhaustion and dehydration. The film premiered on the Lifetime cable channel in November 2012. While the premiere garnered 3.5 million views, Lindsay's performance, as did the film, received largely negative reviews. Throughout 2013, she made forgettable appearances in throwaway projects like Scary Movie 5 and The Inappropriate Comedy. Or she received lead roles in minor projects like the thriller drama film The Canyons. Unable to revive her Hollywood career, Lindsay strategically created an 8-part docuseries, Lindsay, on Oprah Winfrey's own cable network. The show intended to provide an unfiltered look at Lindsay's life as she transitioned from rehab to her daily routines, aiming for a fresh start. It attempted to document her struggles to stay sober, reestablish her acting career, and repair her public image. And these types of programs usually work. People feel bad for celebrities as they discuss their deepest vulnerabilities on camera for millions to criticize. They're so brave for doing that, people usually say. But it didn't work for Lindsay. The ratings for this docuseries dropped substantially with each episode, as Variety described the series as boring, claiming that Oprah and Lohan were using each other for content.
Are you an addict?
Yeah.
And what is it you are addicted to? What is your drug of choice or drugs of choice?
Alcohol. Yeah. Because that in the past was a gateway to other things for me.
Other things like?
I'd never abused, I tried cocaine with alcohol. And I'd never
That's
done
when
those
you were
things
arrested the
without
first
my
time,
drink.
correct?
Yeah, possession. I had it.
Possession.
Since she was a tabloid queen for years, nobody was interested in seeing her make a comeback.
Aren't you supposed to be in...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine trying to come clean finally? And then people are like, it's too boring. It's too boring. You didn't go through enough shit. You should have done like harder drugs or something. It's too boring. What? What? Oh my god.
Rehab now?
Do you not watch anything that goes on?
I
Are you
do.
a tabloid now?
Now here's what
May 2nd.
I was under the May 2nd.
Yes.
And how long will you be?
Yeah, alcohol's boring. Try heroin. Maybe then the documentary series would have done a lot better.
In rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
No.
Her career in Hollywood was officially over, and the tabloids only wanted to bring her down even more. An infamous sex list was leaked that featured 36 A-list stars that Lindsay Lohan allegedly hooked up with, including Ashton Kutcher, Joaquin Phoenix, Justin Timberlake, Adam Levine, and many others. Lindsay later admitted that the list was real.
That was actually my 5th step in AA with Betty Ford. And someone, when I was moving during the OWN show, must have taken a photo of it. And so that's a really personal thing.
Oh my god, that is disgusting. Why? Why? Should have been more depressing, is the craziest thing. Your life wasn't depressing enough. Sorry. I wouldn't go on a comedy show to do that. Yeah, that was pretty wild for him to be trying to get her to specifically say every drug that she did and stuff. Like, you can open up, but why do you have to open up in such detail? So she's a drive-through book. You know what? If people want to sleep with a lot of people, that's none of my business. I don't care. That's not my place to judge. Men sleep with plenty of women sometimes. Women do the same thing. It's not any different. But like, that's disgusting to go and take a picture of her private thing and then post it to the public. That's gross. Disgusting someone released the list. The only thing that could have been worse is if she committed some kind of sexual mistake and then some tabloid exposed it. I don't know why I'm having trouble reading right now. I think I'm just mind blown by what's going on. Welcome in, George, by the way. Welcome in. Yeah, can you imagine? She friggin' like wrote some diary entry of a sexual mistake that she made to reflect on it, and then someone found it, took a picture and posted it. Just no privacy, no respect at all.
And it's really unfortunate.
Feeling absolutely defeated by the Hollywood hellscape, Lindsay randomly moved to Dubai for privacy in an attempt to rebuild her life. Paparazzi is illegal in Dubai, so she doesn't have to worry about getting followed by cameras. Lindsay spent the next few years detached from the spotlight, focusing more on her newfound religious views as she studied and considered converting to Islam. But even more rumors spurred that she was a high-class escort, and it didn't help that in 2013 her own father was quoted saying that she is getting paid to date rich men. According to the reports, these dates last for several days and the men shower her with lavish gifts like jewelry. Since Lindsay was living in Dubai, which is notorious for yachting conspiracies, where women subject themselves to disgusting sex acts for insanely wealthy men, plus being photographed cozied up with much older men, along with her failed career and bottomless legal expenses and potential drug habit, gossip sites were convinced that she was a high-class hooker, and that's how she maybe maintained her lifestyle. But disappearing to Dubai worked. Nobody was talking about Lindsay anymore. And nobody was harassing.
This is all people that they don't even know what's going on because they don't have a way of having her, like, she wasn't talking or anything. They're just looking at pictures and they just created this whole narrative without any input from her. What else is she supposed to do at this point? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. What do you do in this scenario? Because you can't just decide, oh, I'm just gonna not be an actress anymore, and I'm not gonna be in the spotlight anymore. You can't really do that. So what do you do? Like, how do you go somewhere where you're actually gonna be isolated, away from everything? Even when she's out of the picture, the media will always haunt her. Yeah, exactly. And literally, the dad, no comment from her. Nobody knows what's going on with her at all. They're just seeing some random pictures, and then her dad just says some random offhand thing that he doesn't even know, and suddenly everyone just has their own narrative on what's going on with her life now. I'm just gonna get a regular job. Yeah, no, you can't do that either. Imagine trying to work at friggin' McDonald's as a former famous pop star, actress, whatever. Journalists sometimes are literally me when I spread misinformation on the internet. Yup. Oh yeah. Yeah, her dad is a piece of poop. 100%. That's what I was wondering. I was like, okay, why are we listening to the dad? Like, he's freaking an abuser? Like an asshole? Why?
Her. It was now 2017, over 10 years since Mean Girls, and we had witnessed countless child stars rise and fall. She started appearing in the news again around 2017 and 2018, but only for extremely strange controversies. Like in February of 2017, when airport security asked her to take off her headscarf while going through security, to which she claimed to have been racially profiled. She said, "I was flying to New York recently, I was wearing a headscarf, and I got stopped and racially profiled for the first time in my life." Obviously, people ran with the narrative that a privileged white actress claimed to be racially profiled, but to give her the benefit of the doubt, she was trying to say that she has a deeper understanding of Arab women who are judged or unfairly profiled for their culture. She just kind of chose her words wrong. She also gained a lot of media attention for her fake accent.
You understand the Muslim Islamic culture. You understand that life is bigger than everything that we see. Americans are very close-minded in that sense. This is just me holding it with me walking, going. Whereas the paparazzi maybe across the street, I didn't know. And they crucified me for it in America. They made me seem like Satan.
While most people were making fun of her for being cringe or accusing her of cultural appropriation, psychologists say otherwise. She is making herself as the person with whom she is speaking with, Kulesa said. Why do we do it? Liking is not the only goal. Mimicry imitating behavior is described as unconscious tendency to create bonds with others, a social glue which bonds us to other people. It seems it is imprinted in our nature. Lindsay garnered even...
Yeah, isn't that like sort of the thing where you hang out with like a group of friends and then you kind of sort of become similar to them because you're like trying to adapt to the way that they are. Yeah. So she wants to connect with others because she has no one. Exactly. So she's trying to fit in. She's trying to make herself fit in, and I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't think she was doing it in a way that was meant to be harmful. Like it's sync up. And people wonder why the mainstream media has lost its credibility. Yeah. It's like if you're hanging out with like outgoing friends or something, or you know, friends that like to party and whatever, so then you're gonna be a bit more upbeat and stuff, because you don't want to be the only one like sitting there bringing down the party or something, and the other way around, maybe you're outgoing but you're hanging out with a group of people who are a little bit lower energy, so you kind of you try and match that vibe.
More negative attention in October 2017 when she publicly defended former film producer Harvey Weinstein amid his Me Too allegations.
Hi, this is Lindsay Lohan. Hi, I'm in Dubai. I'm home. I feel very bad for Harvey Weinstein right now. I don't think it's right what's going on. I think Georgina needs to take a stand and be there for her husband. And he's never harmed me or done anything wrong to me. We've done several movies together. And so I think everyone needs to stop. I think it's wrong. So stand up.
You know, when a drunk Lindsay Lohan is defending you, you've hit rock bottom. Someone tell her he's not a producer anymore. He can't give her a job. But then something even weirder happened when she went live on Instagram and tried to steal a homeless woman's children after they refused her help.
So, what? I want you to tell America what you need, and I will get it for you. Yalla khabiti, wallah. And I down.
She then proceeds to demand that the children come with her and sleep in her hotel with them for the evening.
You cold? You want to come with me? Come with me. Come. I'll take care. Let me take care of you guys. Do you want to stay in a hotel tonight? Do you want to watch movies? Yeah, Yanni. Let me take him for the night. Let him stay for the night. One night.
For about 5 minutes straight, she tries to convince this mother to release her kids to Lohan, but the mother refuses, so Lindsay begins to start shaming the mother.
And you should be doing what you do for your children so they have a better life.
Eventually, the family begins to get up and Lindsay attempts to forcibly grab the children. After they refuse and walk away, she proceeds to follow them and labels them Syrian refugees who are trafficking children.
Are you excited?
What?
Let's go. Honey, wait, no. Shoes first. Let's go. Get up. What are you doing? Get up. Guys, you're going the wrong way. My car's here. Come. Look what's happening. They're trafficking children. Mashallah. I won't leave until I take you. Now I know who you are. This is not Arab. You're ruining Arab culture by doing this.
If she cares so much, invite the parents. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta adjust myself. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like, just offer all of them. All of you can come sleep at the hotel. This is so weird.
You're taking these children. They want to go. I'm with you. I'm with you. Boys, don't worry. The whole world is seeing this right now.
I guess it seems like her heart was in the right place, but it's odd that she would assume a mother would just give her children up to a stranger. And while most people expected Lindsay to just fade into her irrelevance, live her life in the Middle East, and only pop up when she has random, strange controversies, she actually made an unexpected comeback. MTV gave her a reality show because their network was on the brink of shutting down and they were grasping at straws trying to get views. Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club focuses on Lindsay as she manages her new beach club in Mykonos, Greece, and follows the lives of the staff hired to work there. During the filming of this show, she went viral for her dancing on stage at a bar, which became a trend on social media coined the #DoTheLilo challenge. This was the most positive press she received in years. She also became a panelist on the Australian edition of The Masked Singer. Lohan was slowly introducing herself back into the mainstream media and seemed much healthier than she had been in the past couple of years. She got a huge lucky break when the biggest network in present-day media, Netflix, approached her to star in one of the studio's annual Hallmark Christmas films. In May of 2021, Netflix announced Lindsay's major return to acting by starring in a Christmas romantic comedy about a spoiled heiress who loses her memory following a skiing incident. She spends the holidays.
Yeah, that's the one that I watched. And then when I seen her in it, I was like, whoa, she looks so different from the Lindsay Lohan that I remember. Yeah, this was a cute movie.
Is cared for by a down-on-his-luck widower and his daughter. Falling for Christmas was Lindsay's first time starring in a lead role for a major production in several years. For the first time in a long time, Lohan appeared in a magazine not to discuss her troublesome past, but to promote a film she felt passionate about helping create. Rolling Stone called Falling for Christmas a formulaic film that reminds audiences what made Lohan a movie star in the first place. After the release, the filmmakers talked about working with Lohan, saying, "She's such an amazing actress and comedian, and it was really fun working with her. She's really prepared and very professional," along with landing a number of magazine covers. In March of 2022, Lohan reportedly signed a deal to star in 2 more films for Netflix. That same month, Lindsay announced her pregnancy in an Instagram post with the caption, "We are blessed and excited." Lindsay and her—
Wow, so maybe Dubai did her some good. Happy Tuesday, Mistress Bunny! Hope you are doing well. Yeah, with Netflix. Yup. Yeah, I seen that movie and I was like, oh man, I haven't seen Lindsay Lohan in a long time. Kinda nice to see her again.
her husband welcomed their son in July of 2023. The first film of Lohan's 2-picture deal with Netflix was the romantic comedy Irish Wish, where the director also spoke highly of her work ethic. She is very involved in the story and is really communicative. She's really easy to work with that way. She seems to be taking her comeback seriously this time, and putting in the work to prepare her reputation. Lohan's second upcoming film with Netflix, Our Little Secret, is scheduled to release for the holidays of 2024, while Disney Pictures announced a sequel for Freaky Friday where Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis would reprise their roles from the 2003 film. Despite the complications with her family, including briefly cutting contact with her father, Lindsay revealed that she's on good terms with both of her parents, and in July of 2023 the family gathered for the first time in the last 7 years. In the past few years, people have become more empathetic and understanding of how unfairly treated child stars were. At one point, they were making headlines and being crucified for stupid mistakes that any teenager would make. In Lindsay's case, she was thrown into acting at age 3, raised by an extremely complicated family with a father who was constantly in and out of jail and allegedly abusive. Compound that with the insane paparazzi following her everywhere, prying at her hoping for a single slip-up. It will drive anyone mad, and it's clear that all of that led to her addiction, which took a huge toll on her life. An addiction is a complicated disease, a disease that many people pass judgment on to others, but it takes a lifetime to fight. Now, as far as her relationship with the Saudi crown prince and what was going on in the Middle East, who knows? But we can only hope that her intentions were genuine and be grateful that she seems to be happy, healthy, and back on the right track.
Damn. That's wild. That is wild. Yeah, I'm glad she's doing bad. Like that was frustrating. That was frustrating. Welcome in, Amy. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I don't keep up with stars' lives, but I always felt bad for them. Yeah, I don't really either. But I'm always interested in nowadays documentaries. I like listening to them. Didn't know about her comeback. I didn't even know about all the drugs and everything that we just learned of. All I knew was that she disappeared, and then I seen her last year in a movie, and I was like, whoa! Oh, man, that's crazy. I'm glad she seems to be doing better. Yeah, she did the whole just move to another country and isolate yourself thing, and that's what was needed, I think. Because you can't heal properly if you have people just constantly in your face waiting for you to make one mistake, when in the healing process you are going to make mistakes. It's part of being human. You're going to fudge up, but you keep moving forward towards that healing. A lot of child stars don't have good lives, sadly. Glad she's doing better. That country's laws about drugs helped a lot, I'm sure. Yeah. Laws about the drugs, but I also know mostly the laws about the paparazzi. The Dubai, it said that they don't allow, it's like paparazzi is illegal. I feel like it should be that way everywhere, but maybe that's just me. Part of being human is bullying people that need help so you can feel crimson. No. No. Welcome in, by the way. Welcome in. Yeah, it is a good rule. You should, paparazzi should not be allowed. People need their privacy. Can you imagine you're just sleeping peacefully at night, and then someone's outside your window snapping pictures of you? And then the next day you see these pictures of you sleeping in the magazine? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And like the headline says like something stupid like Hoshi's sleeping peacefully dreaming of friggin' world domination or something. I'd shoot someone eventually. Yeah, like it would drive you mad. At least streamers get to monetize their sleeping pics. Shit. Hoshi sleeping. Coming soon.